Hello again, it's Mr. Woda with another G Suite tutorial. Again, we're talking about Google Classroom, and this time we're going to talk about how do we get these kids in the classroom. So let's get started. So to get there, I'm going to show you. I always try to start with how to get to where we're going. Clicking the waffle, going to go down here to Classroom. That's going to take us to all of our classrooms, and if you remember in the other video, or if you have watched the other video, I created this sample class right here, and that's the one we're going to use. So let's click on that, get in there. This is pretty straightforward and easy. There are two ways to get students into the classroom, and I'll tell you the way that I prefer to do it, especially if you're live face-to-face meeting, kind of getting kids oriented to your new class. What you're going to want to do is go up here to the header, and you're going to click the class code. So we'll click that, and that's going to bring it up kind of big. If you're projecting this on the on a smart board or some sort of display, I would suggest just putting this up there, or you write the code up on the board, on the whiteboard or whatever, and then we can direct students to get to it this way. You can also, if you're projecting this on the whiteboard, you can make it even bigger for students by clicking that little square in the box, and then there you go. So you put this up on the board and you tell your students, and we'll do this in another account. Let's see if hopefully it'll let me do it. I've not tried this yet. Yeah, for some reason this account won't let me in. Okay, so essentially, that's fun. Let's go over here. Let's open up another tab and just do it this way. So to direct students, this would be the students view. They would go to classroom.google.com. And then remember, when we set up our class, we hit this plus button. We had the option to join a class. So we're going to click that. Students will click join a class. And then this thing that you are projecting on the board, they're going to click the plus, join the class, and then they're going to type that into there. And as soon as they type that in there, they are in the class. That's the easiest way to do it. So day one, when you're doing class orientation, if you happen to have students in front of you and they have their Chromebooks, or whenever they get their Chromebooks and you're going through this, you just show them how to do it, hit the plus, join class, type this code in, boom, they're in. That's all they need to do. Now, inevitably, there will be students who are absent that day or coming to your class a little bit later after you've went over this. You can do this this way if you want, but as a time saver, I'm going to show you the second way to get them into this class. So the second way that we're going to do this is we're going to invite them in. So inviting students to your classroom, you're just going to go over here to the people section. And then you see the universal Google icon for add some person, right? You can add a co-teacher to your classroom. If you do that, that's going to give them the exact same rights that you have, which means they can post assignments, they can grade assignments, they can do all that stuff, everything a teacher can do, that your co-teachers. Or if you're going to add students. So if you click that, invite students there, you're just going to start typing in their email address, and it should, once you start to type their name, start to give you some suggestions. So if I type in Woda, some of these are coming from my contact list. Other things are coming from the directory that the school manages, right? So if I was going to invite this other account that I was just trying to get into, I can click that and hit invite. For some reason, I can't invite that person, but I could have. Let's invite my wife, who doesn't work here anymore, but she still has an active account. Let's see if that works. Invite. So there we go. I've invited her to the class. It's going to be grayed out. Now, every student who used the join class with the class code will automatically be in there with full whatever. They won't be grayed out like that. The people who have been invited will show up here as grayed out, and they won't have access to the class until they confirm it. So what they need to do, when you invite them, they're going to receive an email in their account. You're going to direct them to go to that account. There's going to be a link in there that says, would you like to join the class? They click that link, and then now they're in the class. So those are the two ways to get someone into your Google class. Hopefully this was helpful to you. If it was, great. If not, if you have questions, you can always get a hold of me at wodajr@collins-cc.edu. That's through Gmail or through Google Chat. And I'm also on Twitter at @mrwoda. Hope this was helpful, and we'll see you next time. Bye.